You are listening to Super Co-op Squad, episode 22.
I don't got anything funny to say right here, so.
That's it?
Yeah, we're done. Alright, squad mates, welcome back to another episode of the Super Co-op Squad. This is episode 22. I am your host, Johnnie Mac, and I'm joined along with my fellow host, Garrett.
In a world where I'm sick. Hi guys, I'm a little under the weather.
You should have kept going.
But
Yeah.
you're here and you're feeling good, so that's all that matters.
I'm here. I'm ill.
Okay, maybe not feeling good, but you're here. That's all that matters. You showed up.
Participation award.
Yeah,
yay.
there's none of those here. You don't get an award and a trophy.
Oh.
And I'm here with my other host, Joshua.
Present.
Yeah, you are present, sir. You are here in all your red glory.
Thank you.
Your presence is our presence.
Yeah.
Present.
So we are the Super Co-op Squad. We are 3 gamers, 3 friends, and we love video games, pop culture stuff, pops. Garrett's got his Green Ranger shirt on.
Morphin time.
Yeah, we're just fans of all that pop culture stuff, but especially games. Every week we're gonna sit down, we're gonna talk about games, movies, pop culture stuff. Just chop it up and have fun as friends, and provide some entertainment for you and then some entertainment for us. That's kind of how the show's gonna go, guys. Before we jump into anything, though, this is gonna be your spoiler warning. Spoiler warning.
We told you.
Yeah, we told you. You know, it's no one's fault but your own now.
We're gonna talk about things and stuff.
So don't try to sue us. I ain't got no money anyway, so
Joke's on you.
it's a waste of your time and mine. But if you don't want to be spoiled, go ahead and check out our show notes. They'll have timestamps for everything, so you can skip around past things you don't want to know about. There'll be a link provided in the details and description of this episode. You can also find those show notes on supercoopsquad.wordpress.com, and they'll be available for you to use there as well. So this was a different kind of week for us. It wasn't a lot of big news for gamers in general. So not a lot of, big releases or reveals, things like that. But there was a lot of just interesting stuff popping up for pop culture. And then just for anyone that's using the internet, you're going to want to know about some of the things we're going to talk about. So we'll talk about the new Justice League trailer. We'll discuss a real quick snapshot of our thoughts on the Logan movie a little bit later. To start the episode, though, a new law passed in Congress might allow for internet service providers to legally sell your browsing history and metadata without informing you.
Clear history, clear history, clear history, clear history.
This may not help you, though. They'll already have you tracked down.
Eat those cookies.
Yeah, you're done already. If you've already searched it, they know. So the law still needs to be passed through the House of Representatives and the White House before it officially becomes in practice. But analysts expect this to be a law by December of this year. Quick just side note for those who aren't super savvy with politics, House of Representatives and Congress are both Republican controlled. So if this passed through the Congress, strong chance this also passes through the House. And of course, as you know, the White House is controlled by Republicans. So if they're passing it on one side, it's probably going to get passed on the other. How big of an issue is this for you guys?
Well, for me personally, it's not a big issue.
That's surprising to hear.
Haha.
That wasn't a joke. I mean, no, seriously. I thought this would be a big deal for everybody.
I mean, it's. I'm not okay with it anyway whatsoever. This is not good for people, and when it comes to privacy and just being able to be who you are. I guess is kind of how I'm trying to say it. Now you have to kind of always in the back of the head, like, okay, well, maybe I won't go look and see how fast that gun shoots. That kind of thing.
Okay.
This doesn't affect me personally, but at the same time, to know that anything you look up, anything that you might be attached to online can be distributed or sold, like that's pretty scary. And we've talked about password leaks and stuff like that before. This is just another way for people to sell or give away information that may or may not be tied to you.
So I'm interested why both of you guys aren't really concerned about this for your own personal selves. I thought this would be something, when we put it in the show notes, I thought this would be something that you guys would be like, whoa, like this is a big deal, this is a problem. But you guys are both pretty laid back on this. Any reason?
It is an issue, but not. I don't think it's going to be so much as affecting me personally. Like what would I look up that I would care about that people
Exactly.
would like sell.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So are we talking? This isn't necessarily personal information. It's just things that we happen to browse or view.
Okay, so I see what you're saying. I think you're probably in the same vein, Garrett. It seems like where neither of you are doing anything illegal. So what do you have to hide?
Exactly.
Is that what you're looking at?
Is that kind of where this is going towards? Like, what's your take on it?
Okay, so I see what you're saying is that if you have nothing to hide, then it doesn't concern you. But it's an invasion of privacy
Yes,
because
absolutely.
they get a look into everything I'm doing, and that's not okay. No matter what I'm doing, it doesn't matter if I'm like, for instance, if I get pulled over by the police, even if I'm doing nothing wrong, he can't or she can't just search my car because she wants to. And if they ask, I have the right to say no, even if I'm perfectly legal.
Mm-hmm.
So, some might argue, well, if you're doing everything right, let them search your car. But no, it's an invasion of my privacy that you get to do it without me giving you consent.
Yes.
And that's where I see this problem is where you're doing something without my knowledge, without my consent because you can, and that's not okay. No matter what I could be looking up, different Care Bears, or I could be looking up, pop figures or Beanie Babies. It doesn't matter, or weed. I don't know. It doesn't matter what I'm looking up. The fact is that
Weedy babies.
Wheaties? New breakfast cereal?
You're invading my privacy, and then on top of that, you're making money on it, and I don't appreciate that.
Yes, but from what I'm getting, this is two separate questions. Question one was, does this affect you? Question two is this, how do you feel about this?
Okay.
And me and Joshua were on the grounds of, this doesn't affect us, but this is not okay.
Okay.
This is an invasion of privacy, absolutely.
Okay, so question one, then you guys don't think it affects you. Question two, though, are you upset about this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
I am.
Good. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah,
See?
this is just another thing that we have to worry about now in our everyday lives, where it's already as complicated as it possibly could be, where someone's not just stealing, or in this case, it wouldn't be stealing if they had the right to it, but they're taking a hold of anything that I potentially have that could be personal, could be shared, could be tied to my family, whatever, and now they're using it for personal gain, and that is not okay.
It really isn't.
One bit.
So just to kind of have a complete transparency, when you use most websites, Facebook, YouTube, Google, Amazon, whatever you might use, most of these large sites, whether you knew it or not, they are already, tracking the metadata of what you are browsing and doing on their sites, and they are compiling that and using it anyway. So keep the difference here is that your actual ISP, your internet service provider, whoever that might be, Comcast or
Spectrum, AT&T,
Warner, or whatever it might be, those companies that you're paying money to use to actually access the internet, they will now be able to get that same metadata and more in comparison to Facebook or YouTube or Google, who can only take it when you use their site. The key difference I see here is that you have an actual choice when you go to Facebook or YouTube or Google. If every ISP can track you, if you want to use the internet, you got to pick somebody. You can't not pick an ISP.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I think it's like, okay, if you don't give me the right to choose, this is a problem.
Yeah.
Any particular problems you guys see this creating, or ways that they can manipulate this? All right, so I got one to kick.
I got nothing right off the top of my head.
I got one to kickstart it. So if you ever go to Amazon and you search for something, and if you have cookies from Amazon or an extension on Google Chrome with Amazon, all of your, whenever you go somewhere or look for something, you're going to start seeing Amazon links, and it has all the information of things that you just searched, and it's saying, hey, you want to buy this? Hey, it's on sale for $1. Hey, or whatever it might be. They're tracking that. So imagine, you're looking at cars online or something, and then next thing you know, you get mail, and literal mail to your house saying, hey, you want to buy this car? Or you guys start getting text messages, or salesmen start coming to your door. I don't want that. I don't want you to start trying to just looking at what I'm doing and then just spamming me with those things. Yeah, that is not okay. Yeah. That's one way I see it being a big problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I have on this. It's just a quick topic there.
Speak for the whole squad.
Yeah, I mean, this is bad. I would recommend, if you weren't aware of this, look into it. This is something that we need to take a look at. No matter what your political views might be or whatever, I don't think anyone wants to be tracked and have all their metadata on what they're doing known just by these random companies. This is not controlled by the government. This is not a police force. This is just companies using our data for money, and that's not cool. All right, so leaked games. Is it fact or is it fiction? So recently we've had a rash of just leaks happening. Destiny 2 got leaked with their release date for September 8th. Evil Within 2 had some quality assurance job listings get posted on accident. Are these leaks believable, or are these done on purpose to create early hype for games?
I think it's a little bit of both. So to just jump right in, the Destiny leak was an actual marketing poster that someone got a hold of, whether it was shipped to like a store location. It looked like it was from probably like Europe or something because it's in a slightly different language or something.
Yeah.
But that type of marketing, someone gets a hold of, like someone works for GameStop or EB Games or Target or Walmart. You get something earlier. You work for UPS. You happen to slide open a box. You're like, oh, we got Star Wars Episode 8 stuff. Let me just post it online. Like that stuff might be legit in a lot of cases because you can't really fabricate marketing. I mean, you could, but half the people don't. It's like in your hands versus other things like Marvel vs. Capcom 4 was, or before Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was announced, someone put up a pretty good trailer for Marvel vs. Capcom 4 as a fake where it got a lot of hype, where a lot of people knew it was probably coming, but then it turned out to be fake, but then the real thing popped up shortly after that. So I think it's a mix on what people are either good at fabricating or, maybe is purposely leaked to get hype around it.
Yeah, I think that most of the time they're not true leaks. I think most of the time it's going to be that company making it appear as if it is leaked, so it creates more hype. Because if I'm browsing online and I see, hey, so and so announced something, I'm like, okay, whatever. But then if I hear, hey, so and so's project got leaked on accident, I'm like, whoa, that's some crazy stuff that EA had this project get like announced ahead of time without their knowing. So now I might click on it. That appeal of a scandal makes people more interested in it than just, hey, it's an announcement.
Yeah. What was the game that recently had that happen where it got
Shadows of War?
Yeah. So something like that where it's like, hey, this game is being made. Nobody knew about it. And then conveniently, a couple days later, here's a trailer.
The next day.
Yeah, the next day. I think that in that case, that kind of thing is purposefully done. And that brings us to the next question. Is that helpful? Does this kind of thing hurt or help games or the industry at all?
That's a good question. I don't think it really hurts. Leaks tend to generate hype. So you want people to be hyped about your product, whether you want them to know about it or not at that time. But I don't see it hurting. I see it helping.
I slightly disagree with you. I think it hurts to the point where you have developers, people that created the game, someone that wants to build all this excitement in a big drop. You're just like, boom, here it is. And now it's that much more suspenseful because you didn't expect it to happen. And that builds even more hype and craze because now you got to talk about it versus if it's a leak, like, oh, we kind of knew it was going to happen, or now we're just going to spread it out on our own time, meaning the other people versus the developers being able to do it first.
So I suppose it's a two-pronged question because the question should be if it's a real leak, on accident, does that help or hurt? And if it's a fake leak that they do on purpose, does that help or hurt?
I think that the fake leaks hurt too, because if you have multiple, air quotes, fake leaks, that is false hype that is generated. And when the real thing could drop or something similar to it happens, now it's not even fun anymore. You're like, oh, well, we kind of knew this thing happened. We knew that it was going to launch, like, whatever. It's already behind us.
Yeah, I think... Go ahead.
I also see fake leaks being harmful because if someone creates a leak and it's stuff that you generally like, and it's like, oh, sorry guys, we're actually not working on this, or that's fake, it's not real. Now it's just okay. We'll find.
Or what about the other type? Like it's a leak, air quotes, but it was purposefully leaked, and it is legit, but it's just we pretended that this got leaked, but really we wanted this to go out this way anyway.
Like the companies kind of
these companies doing it on purpose. Because the way I see it is. This, I think it's bad no matter where you go, how leaks happen, true or false, or done by the company. If it's a leak where someone got some information ahead of time, now you're messing with this company's plans, and maybe what you took a picture of, or maybe what you got video of, was not ready to be shown. So it shows parts of the game that aren't ready or bad,
or even it being the final product.
Yeah, I mean it's just unfair to people that work so hard on a project. And if it's purposefully done, where game XYZ says, hey, you know what? We're going to have this guy post on Reddit, a screenshot of our game or whatever and make it be pretend leaked. I think that's bad too, because now you're creating false hype for your game instead of letting your game stand on its own merits. You're making sure that the scandal of your game getting leaked is bigger than the game itself, and that I don't agree with.
Yeah, if you're going to do something like that purposefully, just do what like Ed Boon does and a lot of these other developers. Just send a tweet with a hint or like a picture and let people try to figure it out. And then when you drop it, the people that guessed it right, they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm the man." And then the ones that didn't get it right, they're like, "Oh man, but that's pretty cool."
Yeah, we haven't talked about Overwatch for a while. Surprisingly, you've fallen back on that a little bit, bud.
I took a break waiting for Orisa. Orisa's out now, so
nice.
I'm back in it.
Sure, we'll get into that in our controller part, passing the controller. But I like what Overwatch does, where they, new characters are released. They put all kinds of work in like leaking little videos, and then that little video had like a screenshot, and you have to put that screenshot in and like play it back. It's crazy.
So you are referring to Sombra mostly, and the community was actually pretty upset with Sombra's how they did that.
Oh, really?
Yes, because every time they would put out a little hint or like puzzle for you to kind of figure out, and people are data mining and decoding left and right, and then it's just the symbol, and that's it. That's all it ever led up to was just like a Sombra symbol, and so it was all this work for quite some time
for nothing.
Oh
man!
So a lot of people were pretty upset with Sombra's. They call it ARG. They've definitely played it down to the point where like they barely even mention kind of what they're working on, so that when it comes out, it's a surprise, which I think is probably the better way to go about it.
Okay, I did not know that people were so upset, but okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you're trying to generate hype and everyone's waiting for it and just wanting more, and then you get nothing out of it
you get
time.
to the end of the rainbow, and there's nothing at the end.
No gold.
The same screenshot or picture.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to know who I think did it best in the last few years? Nintendo with Super Smash Brothers Wii U.
I agree.
Where it was almost like an event. Every time a character launched, they said, "Hey, we have this big roster. We're going to show you a character every week. It's going to have a certain time slot." There was no leaks throughout the entire thing. There was assumptions. They had their website where they gave little hints and they showed trophies and they showed something different every week. And it wasn't always a character, but it was always something new every 5 to 7 days. And then when they showed off a new character, there was a whole new cinematic trailer that was tied to it. And you were just wowed half the time. Like Mega Man showed up. We were just like, what?
Yeah, I agree.
Shulk was on there. And I was like, no way.
Yeah, no, I agree. That was a good way to do it because it just kept continuous hype. It wasn't unfair hype. It was a good way to keep people excited for your game as it led up to the release. So that was really good.
Johnny, you remember when Brawl was coming out and they had that website where every day they would post a screenshot or a character. Every day was something new. And so you and we would constantly just wait till midnight, refresh.
Yes, yes, that was awesome.
And then it was always kind of like a bummer. It was like, oh, baseball bat.
Yeah,
okay,
thanks a lot.
We knew that was going to be in there.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, so moving into our first game segment of the podcast, fan favorites. So we picked 10 rapid fire questions and each chose answers to see where we stand opposed and where we stand united in fandom. Play along and find out what are your fan favorites. I had the pick this week.
Yep.
Had a lot of fun with this one.
Smiling already.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Okay, so you've been working hard. You've been going to your minion school. You've been learning how to be a grunt, a minion, just a henchman.
Like a yellow minion with one eye?
Well, no, not like that minion. Like a henchman, like a minion, like a
bad guy.
A run of the mill. Just I work for somebody. It could be good or bad. You're just a low level grunt.
Is there such a thing as a good minion?
A good grunt, yeah.
Is this who would you rather work for?
Yes. So you have graduated from your minion grunt henchman college, and now you're shopping the job market.
Got my grunt ploma.
I didn't know villains had a job fair so you can go recruit.
That's how it works. So you're at the grunt job fair. You need to figure out which of these groups you want to work for. So you're gonna have to pick which minion group you're gonna join.
Now, do I automatically get hired if I pick this group?
Yes, you got your job.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. All right.
It's just like we want you.
School worked.
Yeah. School did it. Leveled up. Here we go. So Super Mario Goomba or Sonic the Hedgehog Badnik?
Badnik.
No. So yeah, give me a Badnik.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with a Goomba. Pac-Man Ghost or Galaga Ship?
Ghost.
I'll work for the ship.
I'll be a Pac-Man Ghost. A Fallout Raider or Borderlands Psycho?
A Raider.
I'll be a psycho.
I'll be a psycho. Joker henchman or a Two-Face henchman?
Two-Face henchman?
Joker.
Two-Face henchman. Power Ranger putty or a Dark Side Parademon?
Parademon.
Parademon.
Putty. Stormtrooper or the Rebel Alliance Rebel?
Stormtrooper.
Stormtrooper.
Stormtrooper. Halo Grunts or Halo Marines?
Marines.
Of course, I'd rather be a Marine.
Hoorah.
I'm gonna go Grunt. TMNT Foot Ninja or Heartless from Kingdom Hearts?
Heartless.
I'm gonna say Foot Ninja.
Foot Ninja. A zombie from Resident Evil or a zombie from Dead Rising?
Let's go Resident Evil.
They're the same. Resident Evil.
I also go Resident Evil. Call of Duty Random Henchman or Splinter Cell Random Henchman?
Let's go Call of Duty.
Splinter Cell.
Call of Duty. Okay, alright. Let's break this down. So Super Mario Goomba or a Sonic the Hedgehog Badnik?
Badnik, man. Come on.
You can overpower a Goomba. They don't have arms.
I mean, Goombas,
They can't even grab you.
Goombas are a little bit more iconic.
You're gonna get stomped on.
You can just fall on them and then just boop,
now,
100 points.
See,
Now-
if I get bounced on, I become a little cute little rabbit.
Now, I just want to be that first Goomba, the first Goomba that you see in World 1-1.
Imagine the people he's killed.
Yeah, he's killed so many people, man.
Because
So-
you don't know how to jump.
Yeah, exactly. You'll just run into him and die. So I'll be a hero, a legend.
So you're the bouncer Goomba.
The bouncer Goomba?
Yeah, because no one can get past you.
Oh, yeah, that's what I want to be. But yeah, any other Goomba is rough. But I'm iconic. And there's different types of Goombas. So I don't know.
Different types of badniks.
Yeah, I mean, but you want to be a bunny? Like, is that what you want to be?
I don't die if I get stepped on.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, fair enough. I still pick Goomba. Pac-Man Ghost or a Galaga ship?
Again, I don't die if I'm a ghost.
Well, I
You
guess you get
get
eaten.
I get
Yeah.
eaten, and then my eyes go to the little ready box.
Okay, fair
And
enough.
then I'm back. I'm back.
You're worried only about the mortality of it.
Yes.
What about
Yes.
the prestige and the
I'm
honor?
Thinking about the long game.
What about the pride and who you work for?
Who do the ghosts work for?
The maze.
They work for the maze.
Yeah, they work
maze
for,
runners.
That's
up in
all
here.
they do. Maze. Yes,
I'll be a ship. I mean, I might blow up, but then another one just comes right back.
Yeah,
It's not you though.
I'd want to be a ghost. Just
It is me.
No, you got blown up. Another ship takes its place. But
Yeah,
you
it's me.
dead.
yeah,
me.
you're dead.
No, it's me.
No, it's not.
No.
It's not. Your body is floating in space, gone.
No, it's me.
I just want to be a Pac-Man ghost just to find out how he tastes. They're hunting him so like they really want him. Like
I don't think the ghosts eat Pac-Man.
what else? I think they eat him.
No,
They just
touch him and
touch him and he dies. He gets some type of ghost disease.
All
or
right. Well,
something.
I always felt that they eat him, so I want to.
Clearly, Pac-Man eats a ghost. Wong, 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 wong. Ghosts don't eat Pac-Man.
As a matter of fact, when they touch him, he inverts and just
Yeah,
That's true.
disappears.
All right. Well, I will change up the game when I'm a Pac-Man ghost. When I'm Blinky.
You're gonna eat.
When I'm Blinky,
The
I'm going to
man.
eat Pac-Man. Yes, that's my goal.
probably tastes like a Cheez-It wheel.
That's good to me, man. I love them.
If you don't like cheese.
Yeah, you have that problem.
Yeah.
All right,
I like to call it a problem.
Fallout rated. Would you want to call it a problem?
I mean,
If you couldn't eat cheese?
it's a preference. It's not that he can't eat cheese; he doesn't want to eat cheese.
Okay, but if you just had a distaste for cheese, would you think that's a problem for you?
no, it means I don't like cheese.
All right.
I have a distaste for pickles
Whatever.
in my burger.
All right. Fallout Raider or Borderlands Psycho?
Psycho I just do what I want. I can scream. I can just flail my arms. I get war paint on my body.
I mean, you're
And I haven't played Fallout, so I don't know what difference is.
the Raiders get all these same things.
You really should play Fallout.
You really should. I picked Psychos because the Raiders can just get destroyed, man. Body parts shot off and blown away.
Oh, and Psychos can't.
Okay, I guess they could.
With all the Borderlands guns, the bazillions of guns there are.
I guess I'm just thinking of if in Fallout, if you use the VAT system, he can target specifically your different body parts and blow off an arm, blow off a leg, cut you in half, and I don't want that, man.
If the siren wants to burn you, you're done.
You're right. I don't know. I guess you're just a lose either way.
And besides, I like to think that the Raiders, they have campments and they're just they gather things. They have little societies. They can kind of just live off on their own. Psychos are just waiting to get
They're
killed.
psychos, man.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, fine. All right. Next one, we've got a Joker henchman or a Two-Face henchman.
Johnny, I think you and I were along the same lines of thinking. We got a 50-50 chance of living.
That's exactly what it was.
Wow.
50-50.
Yeah, with the Joker, you don't know, man. Any day could be your
you
last day.
sneeze wrong, that's it.
If it wasn't funny enough.
That still could be a 50-50. Use just more 50-50s in a day.
Multiple 50-50s.
See, I mean, I'd have to do something with Two-Face that makes him flip that coin on me.
Nope.
I'd have to give him an either or choice on whether I live or die. Like, I'd have to make him make that choice.
Odds are evens.
Yeah. The Joker, you could just walk by and like breathe wrong, and he might not enjoy it, and then just decapitate you or burn you.
He will kill you just to make an example.
Yeah.
Were you talking animated series Joker or were you talking
Yeah,
Dark
I
Knight
don't
Joker?
think it matters.
Dark Knight
really
Joker's
don't
pretty
think it
bad.
matters.
I think that'd be worse.
Yeah, so I was thinking animated series Joker.
I would
Either way.
Yes, I would not want to be one of his henchmen either. But all right, any reason why you picked the Joker?
I thought, sometimes it's fun.
All right.
So the stuff that he makes you do, you're just like, yeah, we got this. We got the bats.
Fair enough.
All right, Power Ranger putty or a Dark Side Parademon? Yeah, I would definitely pick a putty.
Nah, I didn't pick a putty, though.
But that-
Putties do nothing.
Putty is like the Goomba in stage 1-1. It's just too easy.
Yeah, I might die, but
A putty has never done anything. They've never killed anyone.
They're there just to
They've
take up
never.
screen time.
They are jobbers. They are there to show that the Power Rangers know how to fight.
I mean, at least when they go out with one punch, or when it becomes Lord Zed's putties, like you punch the little circle,
Z.
you punch the Z circle in their chest. Yeah, so I mean, at least when I die that way, it's relatively like peaceful in comparison to a parademon.
I mean, I got wings. I'm flying.
Yeah, then you go fight Superman or Batman or Aquaman stabbing you or Wonder Woman slicing you in half.
That is an honor.
Yeah.
Not for
I'll
you.
Make
you work-
Darkseid proud.
And then
Yep.
even if you lose and retreat, you got to deal with Darkseid, man. Like I don't want to deal with
those
that.
Omega beams take me out real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
but,
seems rather painful.
The putty, that's like the Smash Brothers punching bag. The sandbag.
Done nothing
You
for
just,
nobody.
just maybe a couple items fall out of you. That's about it.
All right, I feel like my choices are just the bad ones now.
Well, so far they have been, except for the Two-Face one.
All right, whatever,
That
guys.
was my choice.
Stormtroopers or rebels from the Rebel Alliance?
You want to fight Darth Vader?
Okay, I thought about this, and no, I don't want to fight Darth Vader, but there's only one guy with the lightsaber on that side.
There only needs to be.
But if I'm a stormtrooper, then that's a worse problem because there's a lot more Jedi.
Yeah, but half the time stormtroopers don't
Not
get hit
after
with
Order 66.
Essentially, you just get hit with your own blaster that's reflected back at you.
Yeah, just don't shoot. You live. Finn did it.
I think rebel. I would rather be a rebel. So yeah, sorry.
You remember the fear
Plus,
in Rogue One?
I win.
The fear.
Yeah, but those guys. I mean, just for those 20 guys, as long as I'm not one of those guys.
Or we can be the one-off chance we're the badass stormtrooper with the lightsaber. He didn't have a lightsaber. What in Force Awakens? What was the one?
Oh, he had the vibroblade.
Yeah,
Like, he could be
he'd
that
be
guy.
that one guy.
Yeah.
You were stationed on Alderaan.
Wow. Well, no. I couldn't be. Alderaan has no military. Get it.
Bet they're rethinking that.
Does now.
They're doing nothing. All right. Halo.
They don't now.
Halo grunts or Halo Marines.
I mean, hoorah, man.
Why would you want to be a grunt?
Why would you want to be a grunt?
All right. Here's why. The grunts have a much better chance at living than Marines do.
I
highly
absolutely disagree.
disagree.
They
As long-
call
have
Master Chief
have you
the
not
demon.
played? Have you not? You demon! Let me run away.
You want to see confetti come out when
All
you
right.
die?
So as long as I don't encounter this one Marine, I'm gonna be okay.
That's not true.
If you let the game play out, like the Marines are fighting, there's the Ungoi, the grunts fighting, they will murder all the Marines.
Well,
They will murder all of them.
That's because the game is scripted, Johnny.
No, it's because the Marines are terrible, and we're basing this off of the game.
The game is scripted.
So as long as I'm in a battle that just has Marines and no Master Chief, no Massa, I'm okay.
They still got grenades.
I mean, when have you ever seen a Marine throw a grenade and kill someone with it besides himself?
Oof.
I mean, in Halo, not
I have.
Okay. Well, I still stand by this one pretty strongly.
You're so right. You're so easy to get popped in the face.
I mean, technically, right? Isn't a Marine? Like, what's the difference?
Your head is bigger, and it's like at the centrifuge of your body.
And it's really fun to shoot.
Yeah, especially when you shoot confetti out of me. I still think the grunt's the better way to go. All right. All right, TMNT Foot Ninjas or Heartless from Kingdom Hearts.
So you guys both know and you hate me for it. I didn't play Kingdom Hearts, so I don't know how bad of a bad role they are in.
I mean, they really don't do anything. Although whenever there is a Heartless, there's also a nobody.
Yeah, I would still want to be a Foot Ninja. I mean, just being a ninja.
Well, no, you're a robot.
No, they're not always robots. I guess it depends on
who's fighting you.
No, I think it depends on what game you're playing, and then what or a movie
or TV show.
Because the only game that they're robots in is like the old school arcade ones.
If Donatello or Michelangelo are fighting you, you're human. But the second that Raph throws a punch, your bodies and insides have just metamorphosized into circuits and motherboards because you can't show gore on TV.
Is that in the cartoons? I feel like that's not in the cartoons.
No, it's a joke, Johnny.
Oh.
It's haha.
I didn't get it. I didn't
get it either.
Yeah.
Fine, whatever.
The foots. We look like human flies.
And then also, yeah, that's not a plus, but
I was gonna say, is that good?
That's not a plus. But the plus is that the turtles never kill anyone. They never kill anyone, so I'm safe. At worst, I get knocked out. At worst.
Yeah. The blunt of that sword smacks me in the head. I live.
You might have some brain damage, but you'll live.
Yep. I mean, if I die, I become part of Kingdom Hearts.
I don't know if that's exactly how that works for those guys.
Yeah, when they die by a Keyblade,
they become part of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, the little hearts that.
That's not a place though. It's just a door.
Have you played the game?
Yes. What is Kingdom Hearts then? What specifically is the place?
It's like the big heart-shaped moon.
Yes. Okay. What is it?
Okay, you explain the Kingdom Hearts story.
That's my point. It's just a door. That's all we know.
We're eventually going to find out in the third game.
We'll see. So yeah, that's why I picked
third game
or all the spin-offs.
Yeah, what third? All right, zombies from Resident Evil or a zombie from Dead Rising?
The only reason why I picked a zombie from Resident Evil is because I have a chance.
Yes, that's exactly why I picked it.
I picked that for...
I might be scary.
That's a good point, but also I don't want to die by like a flaming sword shish kebab or an electric bat.
Or a lawnmower.
Yeah, he just runs through them, like hundreds of them in his truck or his tank. Like, I'm no threat.
Yeah.
But like you said, you got a chance if you're in Resident Evil.
Yep. I mean, if you're lucky, you might get shot in the head.
Especially if you get Resident Evil 2 or 3 duty, if you work in that that game.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Yeah, you're a threat, man.
You know there's not enough bullets in the game to kill all of them.
I did not know that. That makes sense. It's not that way after 4 and 5. You got tons of ammunition.
Yeah.
All right, last one. Call of Duty random henchman or a Splinter Cell random henchman?
You laughed at me when I said Splinter Cell.
I also laughed.
Yes, that was a terrible decision.
You want Sam Fisher, bro? You know how many ways you could kill somebody?
Might snap my neck.
Snapping necks,
if you're lucky,
stabbing you or throwing you in the water in a trunk, running you over, like electrocuting you. No,
pipes to the head.
Yeah.
Head to a sink.
Yeah, or sniping you and covered, and then taking your no.
He might just put my face into a toilet bowl. He might break the toilet bowl, but I might still live.
Or he will drown you. He will drown you in that toilet.
Yeah, depends on the game.
I think he's gonna murder you.
Call of Duty, you're just gonna die.
Yeah, exactly. It's real quick, real painless.
Maybe not. You in a real world, you might have your leg blown off and you're just hanging around.
Well, good thing not a real world. It's Call of Duty, not real world.
A lot of those guys get skipped. If you're like in one of those little Humvee sections, you know how many guys of those live because they're just out on the side.
Or oh man, please don't let me be in the little scene where I'm on the ground and like the player is like in a helicopter, like shooting down at me, like in night vision.
Yeah, that's a bad time.
Blowing us up. Oh, that'd be bad. But all right, so we've all kind of learned a little bit about what henchman that you would be. So that is fan favorites for this week. If you have your own thoughts on fan favorites and would like to let us know what it is, email us at supercoopsquad@gmail.com or shoot us a tweet at supercoopsquad. All right, guys. So we're going to talk a little bit about Logan.
About time.
Yeah, so it's taken us a little bit longer for all three of us to watch this just because life, and baby came.
Life and baby.
Yeah, life and baby.
Baby also happens because of life.
Yeah,
life also happens because of baby.
It's just a vicious cycle. So baby Grayson came. So we all didn't watch it for a week or two, but we did finally all watch it. What'd you guys think?
Fantastic. Amazing.
It's the movie we've all been waiting for at least the Bloody Wolverine.
It's the Wolverine movie we've all deserved.
Yeah, this was one of the best superhero movies. Not even just superheroes. It was a really good film as well. But yeah, this was the pinnacle, I think, of of everything we've been looking at from the last 18 or so years from X-Men 1 till now, they've finally got it down. Fox has knocked 2 out the park so far in a row with Deadpool and this last Logan film. I would hope, I would hope that they know the formula now. Yep. But
I wonder if they took a lot of cues from Deadpool, and it was like, okay, so people like gore, they like the bad language, they like this gritty action sequence. I mean, we've all told them that we want that, but they're like, no, you guys aren't ready for it, or we're all about family movies.
I would slightly disagree. I don't think it's so much that people want gore and want violence and all that. I think they want Wolverine to have gore and violence. They want Deadpool to be, violent. It's for the characters that deserve it. It's for the characters, these anti-heroes.
Yeah, I think I mostly side with you, Garrett, that it's not about the gore and the killing. It's that they want an accurate representation of the character. But because of what these characters do, that just comes along with blood, gore, and violence. So let's say the next X movie, I see, Cyclops shoot somebody with his laser blast. I don't expect for them to turn into like an explosion of pink mist.
Eyeballs.
But I do expect for them to get shot and maybe like hurt badly. Like I need to see that happen. I shouldn't see them just like get hit with like it's a cat
Power
playing.
Ranger sparks just
Yeah, or like a cat playing with like a laser pointer just hit them and he falls. Like I need to see that he got blasted with laser beams.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they're learning. Like they need to take that kind of next riskier step.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was good. The story was great, I thought. Just tying everything together and making it so that you see an ending for Logan, and they still left room wisely for them to go back if they need to, and either A, use Hugh Jackman in more X-Men films, or B, have someone else, which is what's going to happen, reprise that role or be in that role.
Yeah.
So what do we talk about first?
I mean, you can talk about whatever you want. What'd you enjoy the most?
Besides all the action, the Wolvie action, I really liked how it was, for me, it was very well paced. Right from the get-go, you get some hardcore action. You get some people dying, you see some limbs coming off. And I was like, okay, these guys are stealing. Didn't know it was a limo at first. And you're just like, okay, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Okay, you're gonna take that, you're gonna pop this tire off, you just chit-chatting, and then Logan just comes out all drunk and hung over just right out the car. And just that whole sequence was just like, okay, this is what this movie's going to be about. It's going to be great.
That scene was just funny to me, that they would shoot this man a couple of times in cold blood, and he would get up, and they decide to keep fighting. If I shoot someone in cold blood, point blank in the chest or face, and he just gets up and just continues to casually talk to me, I am running away. Like, this is not a man I want to keep fighting.
Yeah. What I really liked about the movie was just seeing the, I guess, I don't want to so much say humanity of Logan, but seeing his mortality, seeing him age, seeing him, have these life events happen to him and how it shapes him. How he's older and he's just trying to get from, trying to get through each and every day, trying to get, Xavier and him to safety.
Yeah, they did a really good job of kind of showing the wear and tear of him. They've, at least in this X-Men movie continuity, X-verse, I guess, whatever you want to call their universe, they made it known that he's been around for at least 150, 200 years.
Yeah.
So, you're going to get world weary, and his body is breaking down on him, and they show that alongside of his mind. And it's always been a weird juxtaposition, because normally it's, his mind is all messed up, but he's still this powerhouse. So you don't really feel it, because you're like, okay, dude, like you're in perfect health. You can't die. You're super strong. You're made of metal. You got claws, super, whatever. But now you see both sides where like you can't rely on your body. You can't rely on your mind. Like you're just broken altogether. And that's not something that you see with Wolverine very often.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. With the action, best I've ever seen. And like, again, not just because of the blood and gore, just because they made the fight scenes so well. And like I've said before, I really hate when they do the thing where like they show a punch and they like flash his arm. They show a kick. They flash a kick to the face and someone falls. I love when they pull a camera back and they show me a choreographed scene, and they did so many so well.
Yeah, it wasn't just, and also in addition to that, they throw a punch and then it cuts the scene to a different angle, and then you don't really see the actual original shot. you're just like, okay, that happened. He probably whiffed, and you can kind of make up your own mind. But if it's all in one scene, like when Daredevil first came out, the second or third episode when he's fighting in the hallway, it was all one shot. So there was a lot of single lengthy shots in this movie, especially with X-23.
Yeah, they did a good job with Laura. It was just well done. I think the entire movie through, my wife and I were just watching, and we were like, man, it was like we were pulling ourselves back from the experience to marvel at ourselves watching the experience, going, good gosh, this is so perfect.
Yeah.
So they killed it.
It was great seeing, just the brutality instead of just seeing the brutality of Wolverine and how he should have been fighting throughout all these movies. I said before, I made a terrible mistake by watching Logan and then watching the Wolverine because I'd never seen it. And those fight scenes in the Wolverine were just lame and tame. Yeah,
I think you just kind of hurt yourself there, because if you watch the Wolverine first, the Wolverine is a good movie.
I really wish I did.
Yeah.
I really wish. I had always meant to watch the Wolverine before seeing Logan, but I never had the time.
Yeah.
And that week leading up to me watching the movie, I'm like, okay, remember, watch this movie and watch Wolverine. And I just didn't. And that hurt. Did that in the wrong order.
I can see that. Some things that I liked as well. Just I think it was a very good role they had to have. I don't know the girl's name. That young girl played Laura. She did an excellent job, just showing like aggressiveness, but also like some frailty.
Daphne Keene.
That's her name. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Thank you. That was an excellent job from her to just be a visceral monster.
Oh yeah. Well, she didn't know anything else.
No,
she didn't know to hold back.
That does bring up some nitpicks I'm going to bring up in a little bit. I do wish they would have used her claws more. They only used her toe claw one time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a problem. That's a big part of her and her fighting style in the comics, and I don't know why they would, not choose to show that. But whatever.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm sure there will be another one, and I'm sure that they'll have Laura in there again. So
I like how they didn't hold back just because she was a little girl. They kept true to like her nature, at least in this timeline. Where she came from, she was very, troubled because they, whether they tortured the kids or...
Well, they were training them, right?
Yeah, it was, a combination of both, and that's kind of all you know. So, they didn't pull any punches just because, it's unrealistic. It's like, no, this is a mutant that is wreaking havoc on everybody. And the first time you actually see her do something, she came out, just got ahead.
Yeah, just
got ahead and just throws it.
Yeah.
Just like, okay. She was like, you ruining my cereal. Touch my cornflakes.
My last point that I'll get into that I like before I start getting into my nitpicks, and I'll give you guys your chance to say some things you like before I'll wait till the end here.
You're the most critiqued individual.
Oh yeah, I heavily criticize movies. That is for sure. I really hate in movies when they give me all the answers when they don't need to. They can leave some things be and let us not have to know every aspect. I don't want to know all this exposition and tell me everything that happened in the past, it's happening in the future. Just leave some things for the imagination. I love the fact that they never really say what happened in Westchester. I mean, I think we can gather that Charles Xavier definitely did something. He went off his atomic mind bomb and killed possibly all the X-Men or a large majority of them or something, but you don't really know. And so I like that. I like that they just kind of leave that in anonymity. So that was really cool. And then it hurt, but I like the fact that they didn't let me know if this Haven or wherever they're going was a real place or not.
Yeah.
So you're left
just
like...
all a mystery. You're like,
yeah.
And then you see a comic book, you're like, oh, it could be real, but also could be fake, because now we're talking about storytelling.
I kept expecting them to show kind of like a la the old TV show Heroes, where like someone could... there was a painter and he painted the future. I kept expecting to see some sort of kid mutant that had some sort of future vision who was like painting these comics for them or something like that. But they never showed that. So that was really good. So thank you for not babying the audience in that way.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a big place. It's just this little shack on the top of a mountain.
Well, I mean, that wasn't Haven.
Well, yeah, but that's their interpretation, the kids' interpretation.
No, dude, that was like their waypoint. Yeah, that was their resting spot.
Yeah. It was a bonfire.
Okay.
Yeah, they never show where they're trying to get to.
Oh, so they were still trying to get there.
Yeah, we don't even know if it's a real place. Like, Logan's like, dude, this is not real. You're going to see that this is fake. and we don't know.
No, okay. That makes sense.
There's no more money. No, it was really nice to see Charles go through. I guess it's kind of just this father-son kind of journey, and seeing how he and Logan kind of still interact so many years later, and it was nice to see. Well, I guess it wasn't nice, but it was good to see him have that kind of last moment that he wanted before, the movie.
Before he got it.
Before Logan. His clone.
So I was going to say that was my last... I lied and I said that was my last good thing. You made me think of one more good thing.
There's another thing he likes.
Yeah, there's another thing I like. Okay, so back in like X-Men 1 or 2 or whatever, several times they've shown Xavier be able to like just make everyone in a whole airport or a whole building literally freeze in place with his mental abilities where they don't move because he stopped their minds. And I love this scenes when the scene in the hotel when he tried, I'm pretty sure he tried to do it again. That's my interpretation. I think he had a seizure, but I felt he had a seizure because he tried to use his power to stop them from killing him and Laura. And he couldn't do it. Like he couldn't use his power the same way anymore. And then, Logan comes up and just slowly starts Xing guys out. That was pretty cool. But I like just seeing that this man has deteriorated so much that he can't, the powerhouse he once was, he no longer is. And I like that they kind of showed that transition, which is pretty nice.
Yeah.
He can't control it.
Yeah, he can't. All right, I can't control it. You guys got anything else?
Yeah, so what I liked is just the transition of the journey. So you have this idea that gets dropped off to you practically where it's like, hey, you need to take this little girl to this place. You're the one that's going to be doing it. And Logan says no. Professor says, yes, this is the one I've been thinking about, I've been dreaming on. You just think he's crazy just because he's old and he's delusional. He's purposely not taking his medicine because he's like, you know what, this is something that needs to happen and I can't be drugged or anything because I believe this is the choice. And then it just becomes a journey that inevitably turns into something that they have to do. And even towards the end, Logan still is deciding whether he wants to do it or not, but then is forced in a situation where his loyalty still lies within himself to do what he wants, but at the same time, he does feel obligated to still help people, which is what Charles was telling him the whole time. Like, this is what we do. This is who you are. And he eventually went back to that. So talking about, maybe humanity.
Yeah.
That's what I really liked. It was really true to the character and who he was throughout his life, which we saw in previous movies. And in the end, he stayed true to that and just was still able to help people and just be a badass at the same time.
All right, Johnny, the moment you've been waiting for.
All right, here we go. So point one, we've briefly discussed this before. There's no way.
Here we go.
There's no way Charles Xavier goes to those people's ranch and eats dinner with them and lets them die a horrible death. There's no way.
I mean, he didn't let them die.
No, come on, Garrett. They knew they were being hunted. They knew they were being tracked.
Yes.
If you were putting these people in imminent danger if you stay the night with them.
Yes.
You are almost guaranteeing that if you are caught, they will die. Why would he put innocent people in harm's way as he's trying to help another innocent person get out of harm's way?
So I have two theories, maybe. One just being that the whole movie up until that point, he's trying to get Logan to just, relax, take a breather, take a step back and just kind of enjoy life for just a second. So that was the time, they helped that family get their horses off the highway, and they offered to treat them to dinner and said, yeah, okay, fine, well, we will. And then so they had that. You look like you're ready to say something.
I'm gonna wait till you're done. Go ahead.
Okay, and then my second theory is that Charles isn't exactly Charles in the head as much as he'd like to be. With the drugs and his mind, not only his body deteriorating, but also his mind, he wasn't necessarily thinking that far ahead.
Okay, first point, I disagree 100%, because if he's in his right mind to say, I want to spend some time with Logan, he would not have let these people die for him. Second point, you're right, he could be kind of brain-addled But if that's the case, no way, no how does Wolverine go, all right, Charles, let's just go along with this and let's kill these people. Because Wolverine even makes the point like, hey, like, we shouldn't be doing this. Like, these people, these are nice people. We shouldn't put them in danger. And Charles kind of blows it off like, I need a night off. No way. They went to a hotel, a motel, anything. Logan would never have let those people die that way.
Yeah. Okay.
I saw that. I'm like, really? They're going to let this happen? So I didn't like that. Second thing, I'll only do 3 because I could go all night if I don't stop.
You can do 4.
Even though I love the movie, these are things, just to show you that there are some things that are, lost. These are my thoughts. So second thing is there is the scene where the children at the very end of the movie are running away from all like the random henchmen as they're getting caught and tackled or whatever.
Reapers.
Right, but not all of them are Reavers. Only some of them are. There's only like 5 of them that are Reavers.
Okay.
But it's fine. They're neither here nor there. These kids had been trained in that facility to use their powers in combat. That's literally what they were for. And then that they were scrapped because they decided to go with X-24 and that Wolverine clone and make clones that were full grown and they were like mind controlling them or whatever. Hardly any of the kids fought back. They were just getting tackled. None of the kids were fighting. Why weren't these children using their powers to freaking murder these men?
They hadn't been trained that long.
Okay.
And they were still getting a handle on their powers, and then they ran. Well, they were released.
I think their first instinct was to run, not to fight.
Okay.
And at the same time, if you're being trained to use your powers, that's someone telling you or showing you how to do it or forcing you to just stay in your little bubble to kind of develop. But if you have no one there to tell you what to do, you're scared and you're just like, oh, they're after us. Their goal was to run away because they're trying to get to the point of destination.
But if you know that they're going to kill you if they catch you, you're going to fight back. Secondly,
they're kids.
Secondly, if they weren't, they were trained. Maybe not all the way through, but they were trained to use their powers. I mean, the video in the beginning that nurse shows, they're being trained to use them.
Yeah, to use your powers, not necessarily to know how to fight with them.
No, Garrett, they had like training dummies and he was like, use your power, and the kid picked up the training dummy and threw it at the wall.
All right, there's one guy.
That's what they were all there for. They were all there.
One kid. Oh, we saw all of them trained to that point.
So you think that he was the only kid getting trained for combat, and the rest are getting trained for recreational use?
And even so, doing that once or twice.
Okay,
now you know how to fight in a combat situation.
I don't think it was once or twice, and here's why. Why would Laura be such a good fighter? Why was she trained in Capoeira? Because they say that specifically that she fights with the Capoeira style, where offense is defense, and your legs are your legs. Like she uses her feet claws. Your legs are used for offense as much as defense. So why does she have? She's one of the youngest ones. Yet she was trained for freaking.
She's the one that they chose. She's the one they picked.
No, they were all picked for combat.
And then they were all picked for combat, but then they got to Laura and like, okay, this is the one. That's why they started trying to get rid of all the other kids.
No, they were going to kill her too. She was on the escape list. They weren't using her for anything. They were going to kill them all. That's my point. It wasn't that they were going to keep her alone. They were going to murder all of them. It wasn't her that kill them and keep her.
Why were they going to kill her?
They were trying to get rid of all the kids that escaped because they didn't need them anymore. That's why the nurses set them free, because they were going to murder all the children. Up until that point, they had just been working there, and then they're like, oh, well, they're going to murder the kids.
Yeah. My counter argument against your point is when it comes to fight or flight, kids are more likely going to run versus fight.
Okay.
That they're kids still, regardless.
All right. So I just said it, but last thing, if you guys have a counter for it, if Laura's the youngest, that means that they've been training the other kids that are older for more time because she wasn't alive yet. Why was she the only one that fought? Because if they're older and they're not just sitting there playing cards before she's born, they've been training before she was born.
She is Logan's clone.
So she can fight and they can't?
That's her clone / daughter /
Right.
I mean, if she's anything like Logan, she's got the rage.
DNA.
She's got the rage, so
she has Logan's DNA.
She's got the anxiousness to retaliate and fight, or maybe she was put in an even more devastating situation where it's...
That's a real shaky argument for me, but okay. I guess it's there. And then the very last thing is, at the end too, no way, no how they'd even made it into the forest. They clearly show like some little helicopter drone like watch them in their shack, and then the military waits until they're down in the forest. They'd have taken those kids out at the nighttime. There's no reason why they would have waited. None.
Because they were still driving to get there.
They're a $1 billion corporation, bruh. They would have had helicopters and all kind of stuff.
I guess they were all rented out because they drove there.
That's not even an argument I'm willing to. Come on. So yeah, that's unless you have an actual counter.
that didn't make sense.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. So those are my nitpicks. I'm done picking. Anything else, you guys?
He's done picking his nose.
I'm done picking the movie.
It sucks that Logan died the way he did on a tree stump.
Meh.
Oh, which reminds me.
I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
Oh, do you?
I do.
Okay.
Should I say it?
Is it the picture you saw?
It is the picture I saw.
Should I say what you're gonna say?
No, I want to do it.
Did you show that to me?
Well, I mean, I could just prove that I know what you're gonna say.
What are you gonna say?
Okay. Well, fine.
So I'm going to assume that you're talking about the Wolverine movie. Yes. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
You can go now.
Okay, thank you.
Johnny's like, I was like, yeah, I just want to know I was right.
Yep.
So after, like I said, I watched Logan first, then I watched the Wolverine. There is a quote in the Wolverine where I forget her name.
Yukio.
Yu-Gi-Oh, thank you.
Not Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Not Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yummy.
Yukio.
Yugi
Yukio!
has a vision, a dream. She sees how Logan dies. And in that movie, you're thinking, okay, she says, you die, there's blood everywhere, and you're holding your heart in your hand.
And you're on your back.
Yeah, and you're on your back. And so I'm thinking, like, that would have been really cool if they took this quote and they put it in Logan, and that's how it happened. And, it wasn't until I saw a post on Facebook where I guess someone just spoon-fed it to me. When Logan dies, he's, blood's everywhere, and he's holding Laura's hand. So his heart in his hand.
Yeah, his daughter. So
Yes. Yeah, so I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it was
I don't know
nice
if that was intentional.
I'm fairly certain
cool.
it was. Fairly certain it was.
Somebody watched Wolverine, they're like, oh yeah, we kind of said this thing. How do we incorporate that?
Yeah, I think they did. I mean, since Days of Future Past, they've tried to do a lot in that continuity to make sure things matched up. So I'm fairly certain they had a whole team review all the movies and go, okay, have we said anything that contradicts at all? And if we did, how do we make it work? So yeah, for sure, I'm sure they did.
Oh yeah, thought that was really cool.
All right. Real quick, before we move on, favorite scene?
All the fight scenes.
Well, anything in particular?
Every fight scene.
I really liked when Logan was going on with 24 in the X-24 in front of the dude's house, that family's house on the lawn. They were tearing each other up.
More so, real Logan was getting wrecked.
Yes, hack and slashed.
So oddly, that was kind of my lowest point of the movie.
Oh,
I agree.
I didn't care for watching Wolverine fight clone Wolverine that would not die.
I agree. I thought this is a pretty crappy villain, considering that we've already seen him fight a Deadpool clone with his DNA in it. I thought it was very, very tacky.
And I also don't care, no matter what Logan would have thought after X-24 gets trapped and he's immobilized. Cut the head off, man. Cut the head off, Logan. Don't just leave him there he's done for.
Yeah.
He finished the job.
He would have known that he probably could have lived in his prime from something like that.
Yeah.
If he could have cut the head off, though, he's got an adamantium spine. He may not have been able to cut his head off.
You figure something out.
I mean, how? If he's got an adamantium spine, how do you
get another car? You don't just leave it saying, okay, and that's the end of that chapter. This guy murdered this hospitable family that you were just with. He killed Charles.
Well, how would a car take his head off? I don't think you could hit him with a car and take his head off.
My point being, figure something out. Don't just leave it as, okay.
I want to know why he didn't think I don't know why he didn't think to use the damn bullet that he's trying to use on himself.
At that point, he didn't have a revolver. So there's that. But yes, see that. Called that so early in the movie. He's going to kill him. I thought at first he was going to kill himself. And as soon as I saw X-24, I'm like, okay, that's how they kill this guy.
Yeah.
So, all right.
You think there's going to be another movie?
Not with
afterwards?
Logan.
No, I mean with all the mutant kids.
Guaranteed it'll be called New Mutants. Yep, for sure.
What about if it was called Old Mutants?
Nope. New Mutants, for sure. I'm certain of it.
Yep. So if you haven't seen it, go see it.
Yep, good movie.
We just spoiled it.
Go see it again.
Yeah, I nitpicked it because those are nitpicks, but overall the movie was excellent.
Yes, so. Fantastic.
Yep. All right, Charles. And that is Logan. All right, our second gaming segment of the podcast, Gamer Trivia. So each week, two of our hosts go head-to-head in a best-of-5 trivia contest. The winner will retain bragging rights and stay and play again. while the loser makes next week's trivia. Play along and see just how much gamer knowledge you have. All right, so I won last week.
I get to play again. Yay.
Yeah.
Which means I was tasked with figuring out the trivia.
That means Garrett lost last week. So I felt good. Felt good. I played, even though I don't have a 3P, played 3 weeks in a row. So feel good about that.
So, before we get the trivia started, I'll give you guys a little hint on what it's about. All you have to do is guess my favorite movie of all time.
Lady and the Tramp.
Good guess.
That's what you said. Oh, no, favorite Disney movie. My bad.
Johnny.
I don't think I would know it.
Terminator?
Oh, wait, I know it. It's
Terminator, no?
It's going to be Batman.
Incorrect.
Oh, wow.
Wait,
Yes.
do we get a second try?
No.
Damn.
I'll give you another one because you were under false pretense.
No, come on. He got it
Okay,
wrong.
fine.
Go.
My favorite movie of all time is Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I should have known that.
You should have. So, this
Yes.
is Who Framed Roger Rabbit trivia.
Hmm.
I hope you've both seen the movie at least once.
You like doing it on movies.
I have never watched that movie.
Really? You've quoted it.
I know, I'm just kidding.
I was going to say. I specifically remember.
I was going to start laughing maniacally.
Ah. Okay.
Eyes popping out of your head and everything.
I'm going to wham him.
Alrighty. And let's begin Who Framed Roger Rabbit trivia. Question 1. At the start of the movie, Roger Rabbit is filming a scene where a refrigerator drops on his head. The director yells cut because Roger is seeing the wrong dizzy effect. What was he supposed to see? A. Stars. B. Birds. C. Clocks. Or D. Lights.
Repeat them one more time.
The whole question or just
No.
the answers?
Answers.
A. Stars. B. Birds. C. Clocks. Or D. Lights.
Yeah.
Alright, I have both Johnny and Joshua's answer. Johnny, you have answered A. Stars. Joshua, you've answered B. Birds. The correct answer is stars.
Damn it. Should have trusted my gut.
He sees birds, and that's why he gets cut. Johnny, that is correct. Joshua, that is incorrect. So the score is 1 Johnny, 0 Joshua.
I was so scared, I just kind of guessed. I thought it was stars, but I was not sure.
Almost. Alright, on to question 2. Eddie Valiant and his brother Theodore were PIs, private investigators. Theodore was killed. How did he die? A. He was shot. B. He was pushed off a building. C. He was hit by a car. Or D. A piano fell on him. Both of you have answered quite fast. Both of you have answered D. A piano fell on him. D is correct. That's 2 Johnny, 1 Joshua.
Should have been 2-2.
Fun fact. Who Framed Roger Rabbit was produced by Touchstone Pictures and distributed by Buena Vista, making this a Disney movie.
Interesting. Okay.
Question number 3. Judge Doom concocts ways to actually kill toons. What is the name of this concoction? A. Slime. B. Dip. C. Chemical X. Or D. Codename The Eraser. You have both answered B. Dip. The correct answer is B. Dip. So that is 3 Johnny, 2 Joshua.
Should be 3-3.
Alrighty. Question number 4. Roger Rabbit goes berserk when he A. Drinks hot sauce. B. Eats a pepper. C. Drinks alcohol. Or D. Has sugar.
Can you read those answers again?
Roger Rabbit goes berserk when he A. Drinks hot sauce. B. Eats a pepper. C. Drinks alcohol. Or D. Has sugar. Both of you have answered C. The correct answer is C. Drinks
I
alcohol.
shouldn't be tied. Dang it. Dang it.
That is 4 Johnny, 3 Joshua.
Ugh.
Alright, making this interesting though. It's going to be down to the points, huh?
It should
Yeah, I
be
was
tied. It should be tied.
Fun fact number 2. This was the first movie to have featured both Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny.
It'll never happen again.
Space Jam 2.
Question number 5. How does Judge Doom's gang of weasels die? A. Laugh themselves to death. B. Dip. C. Judge Doom kills them himself. Or D. They don't. They turn good at the end. Both of you
I'm so upset right now.
have answered A. Laugh themselves to death. The correct answer is A. Laugh themselves to death.
You have no idea.
5 Johnny, 4 Joshua. So we are down to the bonus question, but
Oh my gosh.
before, let's place your bets. That's 5 points Johnny has to bet. 4 points Joshua has to bet. I have Johnny's points. Joshua's thinking.
Yes, I am.
He's thinking long and hard. How many? 1? None?
You bet too little, you lose if you get it right.
I have Joshua's bet.
I bet he bet 0.
Don't worry about me. Focus on the question.
All right. The bonus question. Who actually framed Roger Rabbit? I have Joshua's answer. 10 seconds. I have Johnny's answer.
I lost.
I don't even know if I got it right. It's just the first thing that came to my mind. I thought about it. I'm like, maybe.
Both of you
Damn it!
have answered Jessica Rabbit.
Can I throw my phone on the table?
Jessica Rabbit is incorrect.
I thought so. I knew it was wrong.
The correct answer was Judge Doom.
Dang it.
He framed Roger Rabbit.
I lost though because I know Joshua bet like 0 points.
You don't know that. So
Now
you
for
threw
the
your
points.
phone on the table? That's what I wanted to do.
Johnny had bet 4 points.
Joshua won because he bet 0 points. Dang it.
That is not true.
Joshua had bet 1 point.
Oh my god.
Meaning Joshua, you went down to 3. Johnny, you went down to 1.
Yes!
The winner,
Brah, 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 brah.
Joshua.
Well played at the end there with the trick, sir.
I thought you would bet 0 points and not risk it. But that's why I bet 1
I
point.
thought you would go all in and try to win. So I thought I was
I
smart.
learned my lesson the last 2 or 3 times I lost. I didn't want a 0 score.
Boop.
All right, well, you are the winner, sir. Looks
Thanks.
like I didn't get my 3-peat.
Finally got 1 again. Well, you had to get 2 to get 3.
I've already had 2. Oh, no, this would have been number 2.
Angelica
Yeah.
got the other one before
Dang it. All right.
that. Judge Doom was going to be my second answer. I just
I don't
couldn't
know why I
remember.
didn't pick him. I should have just picked him.
We both had the same idea.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll see you. I'll be making
No,
sure.
no,
you
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll still see you next week. Just
Just you
We're
won't
not
be a
playing.
contestant.
Yeah.
Hey, squad. We want to thank you for taking the time to listen to our show, sending us your tweets and emails, and leaving us the reviews on the iTunes. We appreciate everything that you do for us, and we will always have you represent us as the squad. But we would like you to take it a step further for us. We would definitely like to expand our squad. If you could each tell one person to check us out and listen to us, we would love to hear their thoughts and reviews as well. Whether it's on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, or wherever you watch the squad or listen to the podcast, thanks again, and we appreciate everything you do for us. Now, back to the show. Press start to continue.
All right. So, Justice League had their first trailer drop just this weekend. How'd you guys like it? I'll start.
Okay, right as I put my face to the mic.
I'll start. I see what you're doing. I like it, DC. I don't know if I think it's too little too late, but this trailer looked fun, and it was definitely more lighthearted than the approach they've taken, but now it seems maybe too lighthearted, and I'll come to why in a little bit.
That's okay. Doesn't look terrible. So you got that going, DC. That's
Is that about it?
that's about it.
It's all the
Ooh.
good stuff you have there, huh?
Yeah, Flash looks kind of cool.
Yeah, it does. I liked it. I liked the trailer. I liked a lot of the things that it encompassed. What I thought was interesting to me was the different ways they kind of introduced the characters. Yeah, Batman just kind of chilling. He's got his little mask on. He's going through the sand dunes. I was waiting to see Cyborg, and Cyborg looks a little too animated for me. But
I can agree with that.
We'll get to that in a second. But overall, I like the trailer. I didn't get hyped for it. I think part of it was because I didn't know what to expect. And I watched the trailer at work. So I'm in work mode, and I just happened to take a couple minutes off. I was like, oh, it's only 2 minutes, I'll watch it. So I didn't have time to get excited. But I definitely want to see more of the movie, whether it's maybe another good trailer, like another good trailer, or just the movie in general.
All right, so I will watch it. That will happen. I think we can all agree we'll all watch it.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
I thought it was a good attempt just in the trailer to show a more lighthearted and fun look at these characters and the universe they reside in. But I think it was a step too far. Like they made repeated jokes towards
too many jokes.
Yeah, way too many jokes, especially jokes towards Batman or Batman participating in jokes.
Yeah. Because he's the funny guy. He's the comic relief.
Yeah, Batman should not be the butt of anyone's joke, or if he is, it should happen a little bit. Like it does happen, but he doesn't respond to it. Like he just ignores it because he's all about business.
Like, oh, glad you see you're playing well with others. And Aquaman says...
No, he says... then you're right.
Then Aquaman says something. I forget.
He says, dress like a bat.
Oh, yeah. Dress like a bat. I dig it. And Batman just goes, no, it's temporary.
Yeah, temporarily. Yeah. But, yeah, so, I mean, that one I was like, okay, that might be the one he would say. But the whole thing was like Flash. He's like, what's your superpower? I'm rich. Never. Batman would never say that. He doesn't see his money that way.
Yeah. I definitely think that DC looks at people making jokes online. They look at memes and stuff, and that's a pretty popular meme when it comes to Iron Man or Batman. What's your power? Money. They have money stuffed out of their suit and everything. Yeah. And now they're taking that and putting it into the movie. It feels out of place to me.
It does feel out of place. Real quick side note. So I have a screen a screensaver on my computer, and it's like two Care Bears shooting like a Care Bear stare. And then Iron Man shooting out his unibeam.
Unibeam!
Yeah, but in the unibeam, it's got money. Like, money symbols. And the Care Bears have, like, love and hearts and stuff with theirs. It's so funny, dude.
Iron Man
just shooting out a unibeam Care Bear stare with money.
Oh, that is funny.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. I'll show it to you. Nice. We'll post it on the website and on Twitter pretty soon. But yeah, it seemed out of place with the comedy. It's just too much. And, okay, not too much comedy, because that's good. But you need to make the comedy revolve around other characters like the Flash, who is a comedic character.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Not Batman. That was a little rough there. And then I think that the way Cyborg, like you pointed out, Joshua, that is a misstep. Big misstep.
I didn't look at it like it was bad.
He's all CG. It doesn't look real.
When they first unveiled him and they kind of show his upper body and his face, his whole body in my mind looked CG, and then of course half of his face. Now when you see his whole body from head to toe, it looks a little bit different, looks a lot better. But that first clip, I was like, whoa, it's okay. You got to have some other moving parts.
Let's take another look at it. I didn't see a big problem with it.
And then also the problem I had with him, whether it was CG or not, he was too dang skinny, man. Like, they made him look like the exoskeleton to a Terminator, like a T-1000. That's what his body looked like almost. Like, very thin and skinny. He's supposed to be a little bit bigger. I mean, not a walking tank, but, a thick guy.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, why is Cyborg so dang skinny, man? Like, that was a misstep for me, too.
I really like the riding mask he put on. When he had that, like, half mask cover the other half of his face.
I didn't like that. He's a cyborg, can't feel pain,
Yeah, but it's just, I don't know.
But it looks cool.
Yeah.
Deadshot doesn't need that.
But I didn't like it. The last thing I'll mention for myself is they showed Parademon, so most likely we're going to either have Darkseid fight or maybe him try and come, and there'll be like Big Barda or what's her name? Grandmother?
No, not
something
Grandmother. Goodness.
Granny Goodness.
Yeah.
Granny Goodness.
We'll have something like that where they will fight, or maybe Darkseid's son.
Calabac.
Yeah, Calabac. Something like that. But if it's Darkseid, that's too early. Like, learn from Marvel.
No, I think we're going to get Darkseid at the very end of the movie.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want him.
No, yeah.
I mean, you've seen what Marvel has done where they've had like 12 years of teasing Thanos. Don't take your main big bad and put him in the first movie.
Johnny, DC doesn't have that kind of time. We got to get Darkseid out of there
if
now.
you use the ultimate villain right now, what do you do in the Flash movie? What do you do? All
the
their battles.
Roach.
I mean, all of their battles now seem to scale down, right? Because they've already seen this worst threat. Now their threats they fight are easier.
Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, don't.
Mirror
Well,
Master.
we don't know if like the Flash movie is going to come before or after Justice League. Like,
DC doesn't
it
even
is.
know when the Flash movie's coming.
Yeah, Flash is most definitely coming after Justice League.
I'm talking about in that cinematic universe.
In the timeline?
Yeah, did they mention that the Flash movie is after the Justice League movie?
Okay, even if in the timeline of the movie they have, the Flash technically took place before he met the Justice League, we still saw him fight as an audience, Darkseid first. So that's what they should worry about. Well, now we've seen it, so it doesn't matter what we know happened first or second.
We've already seen Doomsday. So
that's a problem too.
Yeah, that's a big bad.
Yeah, I thought that was a problem.
Yeah, so like you have Doomsday, and then you have Darkseid, which I would agree, Darkseid is more of a threat than Doomsday. Where do you go now? Which is the problem.
Yeah, then they've already had Zod as well.
Go Ocean Master.
I mean, they're running out of things already for the Justice League to tackle. Yeah. They haven't even had a movie yet.
I feel like DC's just trying to do a quick cash in. Like they're not in it for the long run. They're just like, okay, superhero movies are hot. Just get what we can out there.
Yeah,
I think they're going to do something along the lines you had said earlier, where you have kind of lower or bigger henchmen, and then it's going to lead up to either Darkseid or. We're trying to release Darkseid, but your plan didn't work, so the next film will lead into that directly.
If they do that, if they have something where, like, Granny Goodness, Big Barda, Calabac, or maybe even Orion, with the New Gods, something like that, and then lead that later on to Darkseid, great. But if you go with Darkseid in this movie, misstep, I think.
Nah, I feel like this is a Justice League Part 1 thing.
Okay. Well,
and then at the end of Part 1, that's when we're going to get a glimpse at Darkseid.
Okay, I'll be okay with that for the most part.
Yeah,
well, even then, because what do you do next? Because then there has to be a Justice League Part 2. That's where it has to continue. And then that's Darkseid.
Right, but
now what?
But okay, they could do something where, they have Justice League Part 1, and then, hey, he's coming, we got to prepare. And then they never fight him in Part 1, so, between Part 1 and Part 2.
All the side movies.
Yeah, exactly. You got all the side movies. If they do that, that's the best way to go.
Okay.
Who knows, though?
Yeah.
Who knows?
We'll see. Well, we have a brighter future than we thought this movie was going to have the last time it showed.
Yeah, I agree that after seeing the trailer, I do think more highly of them, but I feel like we've been down this road before. Because we said, okay, Batman vs Superman, it looks better than Man of Steel, and then that came out, and then we went Suicide Squad, that looks better than Batman vs Superman, and then we're like, okay, and so
this looks better than Suicide Squad.
Yeah. So we're on this emotional roller coaster over and over where we want them. I know we've got a couple listeners who are probably like about to crush their phones or whatever they're listening to, trying to kill us. Or
we love DC.
Yeah,
I love DC, but
make better films. But I do at least appreciate that they're trying here.
Yeah.
So
what's the release date? Did they say give a month?
November.
It's this year.
It's November, I believe.
So. We're hoping, got our fingers crossed, DC, because we're in your corner. We want you to be good, so be good.
I think they'll show another big trailer at Comic-Con in July, and then that will show us whether it really builds that hype or it's just another meh.
Yeah. All right, cool.
But we are going to go see it. We'll let you know.
We'll be there for you.
You'll let us know.
We'll be there for you, DC. So our last segment of the podcast, Speed Run. Each week, we break down 10 news stories and fun facts that just didn't quite make the list for a segment. We've got 1 minute per topic before we move on to the next, finished or not. Gotta go fast.
Gotta go the opposite of slow.
In the Speed Run.
That's one way to do that.
Here we go. So Disney CEO Bob Iger stated that the Star Wars creative team is currently looking at another decade and a half of Star Wars films.
Iger uppercut.
This is a lot, man. A little too much for me. Also, I like that Street Fighter reference.
Thank you. Finally, somebody.
I got you.
I'm looking at Joshua, and
I didn't even understand half the thing that you said.
So I think that's too much. I've said it before, I don't want this much Star Wars. Star Wars needs to be metered out slowly and beautifully. It should be a once in a decade and a half thing, not movie after movie in a decade and a half period. For me.
What if it's 3 movies in 15 years?
It won't be. It's going to be a movie every year like they've been doing. They've been doing a movie every year since 2015.
That didn't answer my question.
They're not going to do that, is what I'm saying. If they did do that, that'd be great. If I got 3
that's the answer I wanted to hear.
But we're not going to get that.
Of course not.
We're going to get a movie every year for the next 15 years. I don't want that.
Because you're a fan, then you have to go watch them all.
Because eventually you just start making too much of too much of a problem with this series. And this, I don't want all this. Stop it.
Get your input before time runs out, Garrett.
I can't, because next.
Huh. Sorry.
Screenwriter Gary Goldman, known for movies Total Recall and Big Trouble in Little China, has filed a federal lawsuit against Disney for stealing his idea for Zootopia. Goldman had pitched the movie idea called Looney twice and was rejected both times, and claims Disney stole the character designs, themes, and lines of dialogue.
Have you guys seen the claim in the pictures of the characters?
I've seen it.
What do you think? I mean, some of the characters definitely look like they've been trademarked. You would probably like the read.
So either Goldman or the people representing him, they released some shots of characters that he said were the original designs for the Zootopia characters in his own screenplay
Concept art.
Yeah, and they are surprisingly close. They're not all the same animals or creatures, but they are surprisingly close to what was expected. It's looking more and more like they definitely ripped off his idea, did not give him credit or money for it.
I mean, I really hope that's not the case, but Disney's
gonna lose a lot of money if that's the case.
I don't think Disney will lose a lot of money at all.
I think if they file and this goes to court and a court decides that they stole this from him, they will lose a lot of money. They will pay him hundreds of millions of dollars because they made billions.
That's not a lot to Disney. Next.
Okay.
GameStop COO Tony Bartel says that he expects the Switch console to be in short supply, high demand for 2017, stating, "As soon as we get them in our stores, they sell out." Nintendo announced that they have sold well over 1.5 million units, which we said that a million times before.
Here we go again.
Yeah, I don't care, man. I don't care about the Switch. I know you guys like it. I don't care.
You know what the trend is that I've seen with Nintendo stuff in particular? NES Classic, Amiibos, this thing. As soon as there's a hint that this is going to get restocked, people automatically start lining up at GameStop.
See, I talked to my buddy Joe, who works in the industry, and he too felt very optimistic. And I'm telling him, like I'm going to say right now, wait until the month timeline hits. Wait until, because we're not even a month in.
Nope.
When scalpers can't sell them online, they will return the crap out of them. It happened with the Wii U. Yep. It's going to happen here. And that will be a true telling.
It happened with the Xbox One and PS4.
Yeah. I mean, not to the same degree, though. Like, it hurt Wii U badly.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see.
I really don't know why people, like, still try to scalp. Like, Nintendo's eventually going to make them out. Like, just don't waste your time. Let people have the system that they want. Come on. Stop trying to make a profit.
Hasbro expressed interest in rebooting the G.I. Joe movie franchise with a more millennial approach. The two existing movies both made over $300 million worldwide, but did not reach Hasbro's success with Transformers, with each of those grossing over $700 million each.
Who'd have thunk?
You're greedy, man. God. So a movie made $300 million, and you said we're gonna wash our hands of this, continuity and scrap it? That's a lot of money.
To appeal to millennials?
What does that mean?
Audience?
What does that mean?
I wonder if that's more than Fantastic Four made.
I've gotta hope so.
Yeah, I believe they're trying to reach out to a different audience, which I don't know how much different you're gonna go compared to the last couple movies you made. Like, I think that appealed to people back then the same it would appeal to people right now.
Okay, well,
it's not like a quote-unquote superhero film.
Who are you reaching? Like, if you're trying to reach millennials, what do they know about G.I. Joe? When's the last time there was a G.I. Joe cartoon?
Not a damn thing.
Yeah, nothing.
Well, no, there's a current G.I. Joe cartoon.
Really?
Yeah, it's, I forget the name of it.
I've never heard of this.
I mean, if we don't know about it, I'm sure a lot of kids don't know about it.
No, because it's on, I forgot the name of the channel, but it's on the Discovery Channel.
Cartoon Network?
No, it's on, Discovery's channel.
That is not a channel children watch.
No,
there's a Discovery Kids channel.
Mattel is finally working on bringing Barbie to the big screen. Announced in 2014, Mattel announced the movie will release in 2018.
What is this going to be about? What does she do?
Cars, horses. She's done a lot, actually.
Name one thing she's done.
Let's see.
Not what is
she's
she
been a model.
accessorized.
She's been a movie star. She's been a horse breeder. She's been a golfer, I would assume.
She's been cloned into
Tennis
every
player.
Disney princess.
These mostly seem like ways to just put her in new outfit rather than like a plot or thing that she does.
Yeah.
So what is this movie going to be about?
Probably the outfits.
Whatever they want. I mean, you could put Barbie in whatever.
They're going to have to tread very, very carefully because people, if they make this like a thing where she's like some ditzy girl and like, you know, not really showing like a strong female presence and leadership or anything, people are going to be pissed off.
I don't know. I'm sure it's more going to be about, friends and getting through things, getting through hardships, maybe.
This
kind of
is
like
live action, by the way.
Is it?
Yes.
It's not even an animated film?
Because Amy Schumer was supposed to play Barbie and she pulled out of the role. It's live action.
She could be the voice.
No, she's
Next.
not. She's not, though.
X-Men The Last Stand director Brett Ratner voices his opinion that Rotten Tomatoes and other aggregate review sites are ruining the film industry and destroying the art of film criticism, and is directly responsible for the less than expected box office of Batman vs. Superman.
100% disagree. Bad movies are bad for the box office.
So it sounds like this guy is blaming Rotten Tomatoes for giving a bad review, and that is the cause for the lack of success of this film and other films in the industry.
That's what he's saying. I think he's wrong. I mostly agree with you, Garrett. It's also funny, just really quick, Brett Ratner, he owns Rat Pack. He owns Rat Pack, which is like a production company who they backed Batman vs. Superman financially and played a part in like producing the movie. So, makes sense that you would complain. But yeah.
Where do you disagree?
I mostly agree with you that
which means there's a slight...
Okay, so I'll start with the small part. Small part is that there are times where people will jump on something and there are trolls who will give things a bad review, and that can affect it. So a good movie gets a bad review. However, it is good that any and every person can put their input in, because that's a true review of the movie.
Next.
Dang it. A Spider-Man spin-off movie starring Black Cat and Silver Sable is reportedly in the works, and Sony is looking to begin shooting before the end of 2017.
I'm more than okay with this.
I'm not.
I like Black Cat.
So who's going to be playing Spider-Man?
Well, this is not going to be a Spider-Man movie.
Oh, it's a spin-off just of the other two. Oh, okay.
I mean, he might make a cameo.
He might.
Okay.
Tom Holland will be playing Spider-Man, though, I assume.
Probably.
I mean, I don't know if I'll watch this. That's just how I feel.
I watch most superhero movies in films, or in theaters, not every single one. This one I'll probably check out, but I don't care about Silver Sable. I don't think either of you guys even know who Silver Sable is.
I have seen her. I don't know her backstory.
Okay. And Black Cat, she is not appealing to me at all.
Yeah. Quick, who's Silver Sable?
She's like this spy from Europe, and that's about it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
She's like more like a mercenary.
Not that interested.
But a spy too.
Does Black Cat really have stories and?
Mm-hmm.
Does she's a crime boss. She does some stuff. Crime boss.
Yeah, she's not a good guy no more.
Oh,
she's bad
Black Cat.
She's bad. Yeah, really bad. Hates Spider-Man with passion.
Next. An Assassin's Creed TV show is being worked on by Ubisoft Motion Pictures. It is unclear if this will be Netflix exclusive or a network show.
Nope.
I don't think we need more Assassin's Creed on a TV screen.
Or big screen.
So, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking each season needs to be a different timeline. Or not different time, different era.
Different assassin, pretty much?
Yeah. I think each season have a whole, 13, 20-something episodes just exploring this time era, what this assassin's doing, who this assassin is. And then, in that story, in that arc, within that season. And now, next season, we have a new assassin.
Somehow it's all tied to the present day.
Yeah, actually, that'll work.
I mean, that's the whole point of Assassin's Creed. It's something that happens in present day, and you're trying to go back to your ancestry. So, I mean, that's a cool idea.
I definitely see potential.
You're not going to see me just taking time out of my day to go watch it.
Nope, I'm with you on that one, Joshua.
And with that, next.
Alan Tudyk, the voice of K2SO in Rogue One, discusses the droid's original ending involved in the battle on the beach and the endings of several other characters. Thoughts on more and more movies revealing possible endings?
I hate this so much. If anything, let it be something as a DVD special or Blu-ray special where I watch it. Don't talk about it in the media. Just let it be a thing that you get as a reward for buying it.
Yeah. I agree with that.
It used to be like that all the time. It's like, hey, get this version and you get deleted scenes, voice or extra commentary, alternate endings. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also don't like it more so from the fact that a lot of actors and directors are using it as it sucks because they didn't use this, or we should have used that, but so-and-so said we couldn't. Just make your movie, man, and own it. That's it.
Yeah, not really. I don't have anything different to say than that. I guess it kind of shows a way how like they can't really decide on one. Like this wasn't the definitive. Like okay, this is how we want it to go. It's like we had other stuff too. Either it didn't line up with other movies. It didn't. The producers or executive producers, what have you, didn't like it. So there were different paths that they were not allowed to take. Next.
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild has sold over 1 million copies in less than 1 month, with almost a 1-to-1 ratio of sales alongside the Switch console.
So what am I going to tell you, Johnny?
That everyone... Oh, I know what you're going to say.
This is not news.
You're going to say that everyone who wanted... You're going to say Zelda sold Switch consoles.
I'm going to kind of say I told you so. But granted, on the flip side, if you bought a Switch, the only game that's really worth buying was Zelda.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now what do?
You wait till Mario comes out, and those that didn't buy a Switch will buy the Switch for Mario. So Super Mario Odyssey, I think, will show very similar numbers when it comes to ratio of Switch sales, because everyone that already has a Switch is going to buy Mario.
So my question would be, if Zelda has such an appeal for Nintendo fans, why does Nintendo not make more of them?
It takes so long to make, and I think...
And there's so many different paths to take. There's, 2D.
We didn't even get one on the Wii U.
Yeah, we
did not.
We got Hyrule Warriors.
We didn't get a traditional Zelda. Like, that's what I mean. Like,
because
Wind
it came
Waker,
to 3DS.
Twilight Princess.
They made one for 3DS, and they were working on this game. And it just continuously got pushed back.
And...
By the way, we did get one.
And... I had to block you out there.
So that is our speedrun for this week, guys. If you have your own thoughts on any of the topics we covered in the speedrun, feel free to email us at supercoopsquad@gmail.com or on our Twitter @supercoopsquad and let us know your thoughts and your ideas. All right, so listener mail. We always go through a couple emails and just chop it up and hear what our listeners have to say. This first email is going to be in response to our listener question, which was, how long do you stay on board with any game franchise or movies or anything, honestly? With previous iterations being great or favorites and new ones being bad, do you continue to stay with them out of loyalty, or do you just kind of let them go with their bad stuff? And so we had Alex. So Alex responded and he says, I judge each game based on how good it is. If I'm a fan of Halo and the next one is getting poor reviews and is generally not something that vibes with me, then I won't buy it. Doing that doesn't teach these companies to make good product when the bad stuff sells well anyway.
Good point, Alex.
You ain't wrong, man.
One thing I've always wanted to be a strong, I guess, advocator in is being your own judge.
That's a big boy word.
Thank you.
No, I agree with you. I think that everything else that you see and that you read, from reviews or streams or anything like that, or YouTube reviews, demos that you see someone watch, that's just ancillary. That's my big boy word. Just some extra stuff on top of what you might think. Don't let that dictate your thoughts.
Yeah. So if you're looking at the next Halo game and it's like, oh, now it's I was gonna say real-time strategy, but they're doing that already. I don't know if it's Halo Life Simulator, a dating game. And I'm like, maybe I don't want to be Master Chief dating all these other Spartans and I can't see their faces. That doesn't interest me, so maybe I'll take a step back.
Right.
But don't let it be like people are saying this is a bad game and, this isn't the best.
See, but by the same token, I feel that if, like, for instance, Mass Effect Andromeda just released. Andromeda. Last episode, you'll get it. If that had gotten terrible reviews, I'm talking like 4s and 5s, and people like, this game is garbage, I, being a big Mass Effect fan, I would have waited to pick it up. Because I'm not going to spend $60 on a terrible game. Because much like he says, if everyone keeps buying this game every year, Call of Duty, after year after year, why change? What makes them go, this game was really bad, everyone thought it was bad, but we still sold 8 million copies in 2 weeks? Just do it again.
I guess they liked it enough to buy it.
Exactly. If you still bought it, they don't learn anything. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I see your point, Garrett, that you have to just make your own choices. But if that choice makes you, go, oh, well, I got poor reviews and then still spend $60, you still gave them your money.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I'll add on top of that is don't be afraid to do your research. If you see one review, don't just take it for that one review, because there's so many people that review games. There's so many people that are not even just like like magazine publishers. People do their own reviews on YouTube and Facebook, and there's so many different articles. Like, branch out and see if everyone as a whole, like Metacritic, is a good way
I would know. You're dealing with playing with fire there.
No, I'm saying, for it as an example, Metacritic takes like reviews from a bunch of different publishers. They're not all the publishers, but it takes a group of allocated votes and scores, and they kind of compile them into a review. Granted, I don't always trust that review, but using that same idea, branch out, read what a lot of people think and have to say about it, watch a lot of different videos, and then make your own assumption.
Another thing. Sorry.
I was going to say, last thing for me is, I'm on the same boat as you, where if I'm really not sure if I'm going to want that game, I won't buy it unless it's like a guarantee, like a Mega Man game or a Zelda game or something like that. Like, Garrett, Mario is kind of a no-brainer for you. If Mario Odyssey just looked like a ripoff of Mario Sunshine, I think you would probably still buy it.
I want to play Mario. If Mario Odyssey was another Mario Galaxy, I would not buy it.
Yeah, because for you just don't like the way that game plays out.
Yeah. For me personally, I don't like Super Mario Galaxy. I don't like the structure of that game, so that's why I was afraid when I'm seeing this new Mario game. I'm like, is it gonna be? Are they just going off that now? But it looks reminiscent to me more of Super Mario 64.
Yeah, and I've bought games just by reading the synopsis. That's how I got into Xenosaga.
Oh.
That was a great pickup.
Nice, it works both ways. All right, we got electronic mail number 2.
I'll take this one.
All righty, buddy.
Email number 2 is from Rudy.
You would want to read this one.
Oh, yes. I listened to your Pokemon episode even though I don't play the games at all. I knew a few of the Pokemon you talked about, but didn't know what a Shuckle is. After you guys gave Johnnie such a hard time about him picking it, I felt inclined to look it up. Johnnie, why would you pick that pathetic looking thing? You could have dragons. Go ahead. Explain yourself.
Rudy.
Thanks, Rudy.
Shuckle's cool, man. All right. Shuckle is a cute little turtle tortoise thing. He's got super high defense. He's not harming nobody.
Oh, we're talking stats now.
Yeah, he's a cool, he's a friend, man. Like, he's a Pokemon that I'd want to be friends with. Like, I'd catch him and he'd be the Pokemon that would, travel alongside me outside the Pokeball instead of Pikachu. Like, he's just that cool and nice.
Okay, if you're going to have him outside the Pokeball, you are going to be taking a long time to get from point A to point B.
You don't know how slow he is.
Shuckle.
That doesn't mean he's slow.
It sounds like
he's a turtle.
Squirtle's not slow.
Squirtle's more of a squirrel.
Turtwig's not slow.
Turtwig's
not slow?
Yeah.
Have you watched Pokemon?
Torterra probably is.
Maybe, but that's not what I didn't say Torterra as my example.
Shuckle's like a worm with legs.
Look,
that
Garrett,
encompassed in a turtle shell that was vacated.
Joshua, and you look too, Rudy. This was my top 10. No one else's.
You could have had dragons, man.
I think I did have a dragon. I had Charmander in there. All right.
I don't think Charmander's a dragon. I think he's just a fire type.
Okay.
He's a lizard.
All right.
Now, if you want to go Charizard, that's still wrong.
Yeah.
He's a
firefly, not a dragon. Yeah. All right. Look, I like Shuckle, and that's that. All right. Let me know your top 10 list then. All right, Rudy. Let me know what you like, and let's see what you pick. I bet I can nitpick something you've got.
Rudy.
Please, we will read that.
All right.
We'll pick that out for you.
Well, thank you, Alex, and I suppose thank you too, Rudy.
No, thank you, Rudy. Garrett and I loved your email.
Yeah, thank you as well.
Besides with us.
It was fun.
It's almost like he was here.
No, he wasn't though. I don't know if I'd let you in, Rudy. Making fun of Shuckle like that.
He's on the side of the fence. Shuckle sucks.
All right, guys. So you have your opportunity to email us next week. Every week, we'll read a couple of emails from the ones that we get, and everyone that's read gets an opportunity at the end of the month. So this would be the end of March to win a free prize from us. We'll email that out to you and let you know what that might be during the drawing. So make sure you email us. So our listener question this week is: if you had the opportunity, which video game weapon out of any video game weapon that you know, could you have? Which video game weapon, if you have the opportunity to get one, would you have in real life? You just magically have it appear, snap, and it's there. What video game weapon would you prefer as your real life weapon of choice? So email us with that, guys, and also email us anything else that you might want to talk about or discuss, and we'll read it on the podcast. We'll get an opportunity to get to everybody at one point or another. Even if it's not the week that you email us, we will catch up and get to you. You have an opportunity to win some free prizes every month. All right, so passing the controller, what's going on with us outside the world of the podcast? Just picked up Mass Effect, haven't had much time to play it. Just had my son Grayson, it's first week of his life, so a lot of my time has been kind of adjusting to him, but I'm excited to play Mass Effect this week.
Is it done downloading? It's been downloading since we started.
Well, that's my second Xbox. I wanted to make sure I had it on both. That way, if I can't use the inside Xbox, I can use the other one.
Gotcha.
But I've already played some of it. I'm enjoying it for the most part. Multiplayer is a little rough, but I've only played a couple of matches. Other thing is, I watched Sing over the weekend.
How was that?
You know what's funny? I know you're gonna hate me, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Garrett.
Okay, what's this about?
I'm sorry.
Ben Stiller?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Is Ben Stiller in this movie?
No, he's not. He's not.
Okay, you scared me.
I'm saying it right now. Sing is better than Zootopia. It is.
You get out of here.
It is. Garrett, it is. It's so much more fun to watch. It's so much more fun. It may not be a better movie. The storyline and all of that comes with it, it is not better. But the movie is more fun to watch. Yes.
Okay,
it is more fun to watch.
Perhaps I will give Sing a try.
But if I critically look at it as a movie, yes, I can nitpick the crap out of Sing and just go plot hole, wrong. But the movie's fun. I left leaving the movie like, yeah, man. Okay. And I didn't feel that way leaving Zootopia, although I did enjoy it. So, boom.
Right,
watch it. DreamWorks.
DreamWorks, yeah.
I'm done. Hold on, Garrett. I'm going to give you a controller. You ready? Ready for the controller I'm going to give you?
Okay.
I'm giving you this old Dreamcast controller, and you have a broken memory card. It's in there. It's like jammed, and you can't take it out. So that's your controller.
It's okay, Garrett. You have a second slot.
No, both are jammed.
They thought ahead.
That's not what you said.
Well, I'm telling him so he doesn't get his hopes up. Both of the slots are jammed, and the little screen on the front thingy is cracked.
Are we done with the Stitch? So
there you go.
All right. So today I treated myself to a double feature.
Treat yourself.
Sometimes you gotta. So yes, I've been sick for past 4 days now. Hoping not 5. Anyway, I asked Joshua if he wanted to go and catch Power Rangers this weekend. Fortunately, he's got plans.
I don't got plans. I had plans. Plans are gone now.
Okay, well, his plans are gone now.
It's called work.
It's called fair enough. We all got to do it. But I after he said no, I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go see by myself then. And so I bought 2 tickets, 2 movies, worked the times out perfectly. I watched Power Rangers, and I watched Beauty and the Beast. All today. Damn, today was a good day.
It's a lot of movie.
It was a lot of movie.
Did you make sure to get larges on both the popcorn and drink? You don't get popcorn.
I don't get popcorn. But no, I actually got a medium drink because I knew I'd be there all day. So I just refilled my drink after I finished the first movie.
Oh, you went to one that has it out there where you can just refill it?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I went to an AMC.
Nice.
And I probably didn't have to buy the second movie because they did no sort of security or whatever.
Normally don't.
Once you're inside.
Well, I'm glad you're not a thief, man.
Honest system.
I still want to buy it. Plus, I like to collect the ticket stubs.
Okay.
But watching Power Rangers, pretty damn good. Not amazing, but it's definitely a fun movie.
Is it a mighty good movie?
It's a mighty morphin good movie. Lionsgate did say that they have plans to make 5 more movies.
Oh,
I read
golly.
that. Yeah.
I'm actually looking forward to it.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say on a 10 scale, 10 being high.
8.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I had a lot of fun with it. Couple of plot holes. There's an incident where Zack steals a Zord and just bursts out of a mountain and then comes back. But their mountain base is underneath water.
Yeah, spoilers.
So like, how did you get that far and then come back and no one saw you?
Interesting.
But anyway, so they had a nice little teaser at the end.
Can you not? Come on.
I'm not. Hey.
you already spoiled one thing.
Yeah, for me. I don't care, but not for them right now. For me, I don't want to be spoiled.
Oh, you didn't want to know that, Zach?
No, we don't spoil each other. We spoil the audience.
All right. and then I also saw Beauty and the Beast. Fantastic.
Out of 10.
10.
You go to 10 out of 10?
10.
Dang.
Fantastic movie.
I think you're biased.
I agree.
Probably, but it at a couple points brought me to tears. Like, I love that movie. They add more to the movie than the original animated classic.
That's good because I already saw the movie in theater, so
So you get a backstory on Belle's mother.
I don't care.
Yeah, they got some fun stuff. LeFou was one of my favorite characters. Gaston was pretty damn good. And it was a fun movie.
Do they still use a giant log to break down the door?
They do.
Okay.
They do. My only gripe about the movie was, and had I not known this going in, I probably wouldn't have noticed. So I'm going to ruin it for anyone listening now. Emma Watson's singing is auto-tuned. And had I not have known or heard that going in to watch it, I probably wouldn't have guessed and said, wow, that's a fantastic singing voice. But having that in the back of my mind, I could hear it. And like, oh, okay, that's kind of a letdown. That's really about it. I had a good time getting you this controller here, but the Dreamcast broke. So here's a Super NES controller, but it's got the colored face button, so it's like a Famicom.
I'm totally cool with that. I don't need the purple and shades of purple. But
Exactly.
I'm cool with the Famicom. Thanks. Why is this left bumper sticking?
Ask questions later.
I can't play Street Fighter like this. All right, what's been going on for me this week? I really wanted to see Power Rangers. Didn't get a chance to. I'm off tomorrow, so I plan to go watch Power Rangers tomorrow. Excited for that.
Nice. Sorry about that spoiler.
I have not. I played one day of Zelda this week, so instead of Zelda, it's just Zelda. I played a day of Zelda. So, okay, I'm gonna just turn off this controller. I'm gonna wrap it up, and I'm gonna put it on the counter nicely, right there. I turned off the system, Johnny.
All right, cool. Thank you.
We're done playing.
All right, good. All right, guys. Before we get out of here, don't forget to check out our sister podcast, Hooked on Comics, hosted by Lila Belda. For myself, we discuss comic books. We each pick 4 books a week, and we discuss a legacy book in trade form, so a larger just volume of book, and just go over those and kind of chop it up on comics and what books we love each week. Thank you for joining us on this episode today. We hope you enjoyed yourself. We always have fun time together, and we hope we had a little fun with you as well. And as always, I'm Johnny Mac.
Dragon Zord.
Joshua.
Bye.
It's morphin' time.